Hello, Brittany. Thanks for coming in. I just wanted to let you know everything that we disclose in session and we talk about is confidential. So anything that you share with me, it won't be shared with anybody else unless you give your consent to me. How have things been going? What brings you into therapy?
I've just been overwhelmed.
Okay. Tell me more. Tell me more about these feelings of feeling overwhelmed.
Like, with work.
Is there something specific at work that you feel you could elaborate on?
They just, like, they want so much of me right now, and I'm one person, and there's not enough hours in the day, and then I'm working, like, 15 hours a day, getting paid for 10 of them, because I'm supposed to work 4 tens, and that's not happening, and then I get in trouble for working so much, but then I get in trouble for not getting all my notes done, and it's like this catch-22 of, what do? Do I just stay and not tell anybody that I'm staying so late to get all my paperwork in within the time frame and see the million people that I have, or do I say this lackadaisical attitude of forget it? But I can't say forget it.
I understand that must be difficult. Have you been able to express this to your supervisor?
Yeah, and all I get is they don't care.
What are some other ways that you could maybe manage your time?
I feel like I am managing my time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I go and I make a list. I've even like made out a schedule for them of the day starting at this time, Monday through Friday, all the meetings that I have to go to, and then saying, okay, so if from Monday through Thursday, I have 15 free hours. 15 free hours to see patients. I have 14 patients. Okay? So that doesn't include any time for lunch and family calls and aftercare and when am I doing my notes? And they just like, you need time management better. It's like, how? I have to go to the meetings. I have to see my patients. I have to call family members. So now I'm literally working late at night. I'm calling families as I'm driving home from work. Like, I am getting it done in the time frame, but it's not feasible to get done in the amount of hours that they want you to get it done with that many patients. So it's just been really difficult.
What is this stemming any sort of feelings inside of you? Any sort of anxiety, or are you being able to cope with it, or is the stress too much?
Yes.
Have you developed any sort of coping skills when you do leave work to kind of disconnect with
what time? Like, what coping skills? You know what I mean? Like, I can go to the gym at 5:30 in the morning, which is my favorite, but then I'm only getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep, and it's like I have to be present for work. So then I skip the gym.
So you're not getting a lot of sleep?
No.
How is your diet?
That's okay. I usually just eat while I'm at my desk or in the middle of a session.
How about when you're on the weekends? What do your weekend plans look like? Are you able to find activities that bring you joy?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I play hard on the weekends, but I also get in trouble a lot at the weekends, so it's hard.
What do you mean trouble?
I live with my uncle, and he expects for me to do a bunch of stuff at the house constantly, plus like my regular chores that I have with him, plus do whatever else he wants me to do and be the time frames that he wants me to be in.
So what I'm hearing is you have a lot of people pulling you in different directions and asking a lot out of you. How do you think you could better handle some of these situations?
Quit my job.
So what would happen if you did quit your job? Let's explore
That's
that.
not an option, really. It's really not an option. I have bills. I'm trying to get my own place. I mean, I live with my uncle, but I still pay bills there too. I have my student loans, which fudge, I have to call them because they just upped my student loan payment to $900 a month. So yeah, that's not an option. So my option is really I'm stuck here. I'm just stuck where I'm at.
Sounds frustrating.
Mhm.
Is there someone you can speak to within your company that you could offer some more support? Maybe a couple of your patients could get transferred off of your caseload so this could free up some more time for you so you don't feel these thoughts of overwhelmness?
I've talked to my supervisor and he just says it'll get better. There's nothing else he can do. I mean, he's already taken a caseload of himself because we're so high in census right now. And like I know it ebbs and flows, and I know like right now it's just a big ebb, it's a big high ebb.
Do you have faith that it will get better?
Yeah, I know it'll get better. It's just right now it's living in it in the moment, and living in it for like 3 months just sucks.
I understand. What else at work do they ask you of that you feel like is, any sort of parts of it that maybe you could set some of those job tasks and responsibilities onto somebody else?
Groups. So it's that's actually one of the things I was thinking about talking to my supervisor about is we just had an intern start and having the intern run some of the groups because now I'm going to be running 2 3-hour groups for IOP and 2 hour-and-a-half groups for our day patients, plus the 15 people that I'm seeing, plus all the meetings. So it's just too much. And with having both residential patients and IOP patients at work, it's really hard to get them all scheduled in. So having someone that can run the daytime groups for me would be helpful because then I can just see the residential patients all throughout the day and just do back to back to back to back.
Yeah,
Which would
like
be
a good
helpful.
solution.
Which I could do that. That'd be something I could definitely do. Might as well use her, right?
Exactly. And I'm sure she could probably use the experience. Do you think is there a possibility that maybe you do have a large caseload because your supervisor knows you can handle it and you're a good worker?
Yeah, but I've joked with him on a level of I should just suck. Because then I wouldn't have all this, right?
Why would you say something like that? What does that mean?
Because I see other people who don't have the same responsibilities that I have, which is bullshit.
So you're a hard worker, and so that they're giving you more responsibilities.
Yes.
But do you feel frustration because you're not being compensated with the large amount of work that you do?
No, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated because my competency of work is a very high standard for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And with having the 14 patients and only having so many hours a day, I feel like I'm not doing my patients the best service for them that I can. So like if one of them needs to see me twice in a week because something big happened, like there was a death of a grandma or they got a divorce, whatever it is, like being able to give that extra support to them and actually be in that moment versus all right, next like an assembly line.
Right.
I don't like that quality of work. I like being in there with my patients. Now I'm not going to work harder than them, but I also don't want to short them, and I feel like I'm shorting them. I think that's where more of my frustration's coming.
Because you're doing more of a quantity over a quality.
Yes, and it's more quality. Like I know I'm not working harder than you. Like if you don't want to be here, there's my door.
Right.
Which luckily I don't have patients like that right now. But it's more of the standard. I'm not meeting the standard for myself, which frustrates me more.
So what I'm hearing is you're identifying some characteristics of like a perfectionist, and if you don't match up to your standards, then you kind of you're really hard on yourself.
Yes.
Correct. Is there ways that maybe you could work around this and see, that understand that like you're doing the best job that you can and your clients are getting good care because you're a hardworking therapist and your company does appreciate you?
Like I know those things. It's just like I said, it's hard in the moment. It's hard in the moment of changing it because like I know what's required in notes. I don't want to give crappy notes. Like I know what's required to actually have a good session and to be present in that moment. It's just with my own perfection, you're right. Like with my own wants and needs of being, I guess it's meeting my own expectations that I'm not meeting, which frustrates me because before I had 14, I was, and I was comfortable. 8, 9 patients is perfect in this kind of treatment center. Now when I worked at an outpatient center, I had like 25, 30 patients, no big deal. Like you're seeing them back to back, but it's all you're doing To where here, like, it's different in a residential facility. It's
Right.
different with all the meetings, all the requirements, all the supervisions.
So
all
they're
that.
asking a lot out of you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just running all the groups. Like, that's a lot more than. So it's like a different quality of work too, in different aspects. So I think just right now, I just have to fight through it and get through the lull of having so many patients.
So you said sometimes you don't feel present. Do you feel present now?
In this moment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, because it's about me, and I'm actually able to voice this versus like being in a session and then my mind's going, oh gosh, I have to do that. Oh my gosh, I have a meeting in a second. Oh, I have to do this. Wait, go back. What did you just say? You know, sometimes I can catch myself doing that, and it's like, wait, bring yourself back
Right. So
and
you're
do that mindfulness piece.
okay. Good. So you're identifying yourself as kind of living in the future,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and that's where these thoughts of feeling overwhelmed come from.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever tried some sort of meditation and some sort of mindfulness based techniques to kind of keep you in the present moment when you're feeling these thoughts of overwhelmed?
During the day at
Yeah.
work? No. There's no time for that. I'm literally, I mean, if you think about it, like I'm scheduling 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back to back. I mean, I'm literally, the 2 seconds in between patients at noon, I take 3 bites of a sandwich and then I go back to what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So I can't justify to myself to take that 10 minutes out, but at night I do.
Is there a possibility that you could take like 15 minutes? You could
No.
take a 10-minute lunch break,
No.
5 minutes for
No.
Okay. Seems like you seem stuck.
Yes.
Sounds like you're in a place, but I feel like you do have a positive outlook on things, and you do understand that things will get better. But as long as you continue on this path and you continue to work hard as you are, I think maybe your caseload will drop. Do you also have these feelings of optimism?
Yes.
Good. Besides work, is there any other, besides, you told me that you have stuff going on in your home life that seems to add some more stressors. You've got work, home life. Is there any other sort of, tell me more about what things that you do on the weekend so that you can kind of release energy and kind of relieve some of the stress?
I like to run. I'm really big into 5Ks or 10Ks. My auntie a little bit.
Good for you.
So yeah, I do a lot of 5Ks on the weekends, but it's literally like I get off work, I rush home, I try to do my chores for my uncle, so that way I have some of the weekend, but then he expects extra outside chores like painting the fence or whatever it is that he wants me to do on his time. So it's kind of difficult. I try to avoid my house as much as possible during the weekends, but running's my outlet.
Are you able to run after work, or do you feel like drained from your work day?
Did we not just have this conversation like 5 minutes ago?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
am
understand.
drained.
I understand, but some people, it's like if you do get yourself out there and you kind of push yourself to go run, it will there's a possibility it could give you a little boost of energy.
Yeah, but the problem is I'm running IOP, so I'm not even getting home till 10 o'clock at night.
And then it's dark.
So I'm starting at 8:30 and getting home at 10. Like, it's not possible. It is possible, but then it's dark and no.
Yeah, that doesn't sound safe. So I'm glad that you kind of understand that.
Yeah, so like I choose
10
sleep.
o'clock.
Like I said, I don't go to the gym in the morning because I choose sleep.
And you're only getting about 4 to 5 hours of sleep?
On some nights, yes, because I mean, by the time I get home, it's 10 because it's a long drive home, and then by the time I get ready and stuff like that, it's like 10:30, 11. Go to sleep, and I usually wake up. Well, I try to wake up. I wake up at 5:30. 5:30 every morning. So it just depends. Like, and then I choose: do I sleep for another hour or do I go to the gym? Most of the time, I choose sleep for another hour.
Well, I'm glad you do understand that sleep is very important.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some things that you can do on your own between now and the next time we see each other to relieve some stress and to...
Well, run. I mean, I'm definitely running another 5K. I've already signed. I signed up for a 5K out of 5K.
Good.
To do that constantly. So that's just one thing I won't give up. Like, I have a goal. My goal was to get 6 races in this year. Originally it was 12, and then I backed it down to 6, and I'm already at 6.
Okay.
This will be my 6th one on May 5th.